The only way you can survive in business is when you are able to cope, number one, build resilience, and also move with the trends. The reason a lot of people, they will be asking me, how come you know a lot of things about transport industry? But I'm not a novice in this industry, because I think I can call myself an expert, because I am one of the person who was in the era where I saw a revolution, and now I'm seeing people whom I started with or whom I was competing with now. They are doing very exceptionally very well. At one point, I used to own Chitungiza route. I used to own combis or taxis called Krinjo Travel and Tours, and I was doing very well. I don't want to lie, I was doing very well. And like any business, there will be a lot of hiccups or disturbance. That was then when there was the time when it was introduced, the issue of retest, whereby you were required to have your drivers to have required retests. So we were forced to sponsor our drivers to have retests, but it was very unfair for us, because I remember I once sent one of my driver, Tony. He went for retest, and after retest, he went to South Africa saying that, and he was saying a lot of rubbish. Remember, you have used your money to sponsor someone, and some people, they are just silly, or they're just stupid. They just do what they want. So if you should respect indigenous people, because they sustain, especially truckers, because when most combi owners, they were training retesting the drivers, and they go and drive trucks, and we lost a lot of drivers during that era. And do you remember and during that era, we were forced to form the union, because police and council, VID, they were harassing our investment. And we grouped out as team, and we formed the Great Harare, Kowazi, etc., etc., etc. And I was part of the leadership of that, where we used to approach the high ranks of police. I remember we used to work with Mr. Chari. He was the police commissioner for Zimbabwe, and he was very supportive. And big up to Daram Tombeni, deputy commissioner. He assisted us very well, and he helped us so that he protect us when cars were arrested. We used to negotiate, and there was a smooth flow. And do you know, at one point, I used to be a very big competitor of Trip. Mkoma Shadi is one of my friends. That's why I don't usually post any video against Trip Trans, because I know his history, even how he bought his tongues. And I remember when he was the one who gave me the codex to make strong seats for my combis. And I respect Shadi to that level, because to me he's a brother. People like Rimbi, we used to meet and we used to talk. When he was doing his Jackson, his combis going there in Highfields there. So a lot of people like Kromsberg, Chivanga, he was more of my brother. Unfortunately, he passed away during the COVID. May his soul rest in peace. PM Patrick Maudzi, those buses, we used to go to Blawayo. When those Chinese buses were introduced, we were the first pioneers to be approached. Come and take these buses, and you pay. That's why I know this issue of financing. So I'm not a novice in this industry. Me, I decided to go in trucks, and I always maintain my fleet at 10. That's what I want. And I enjoy that, because I don't live in Zimbabwe, so I prefer to maintain 10 trucks at a time. So I'm happy to see the people whom I shared the struggle with, or whom I was rubbing the shoulders, now being the major players in the transport industry. That's why you see it's easy for me to get any contact, especially in transport business, because that's the beauty of having our own local people in the industry. And my advice, why we were left behind, others going way ahead, is that they managed to move with the trends and they took the risk, because it was very easy that time to get those Yutong buses, but I wasn't interested, to be honest. I didn't like the buses because I have a rough experience of buses before, so I didn't want. I wanted trucks, and I'm happy I still have something, and I'm still in the business. That's my brief history on transport.